Once global eagle, we are now Anuvu, leading the way in entertainment and connectivity. We've transformed millions of passenger journeys on cruise lines and airlines, and that's just the start of it. We are dreamers who are also doers, with a fresh perspective on what's needed today and what's possible tomorrow. Armed with a bold new look, we're ready for anything. Anuvu, let innovation move you.
Hi, so we've had some big news yesterday that I'll talk about a little later, but before we go into that, let me start by why I'm here. I'm Josh Marks, Chief Executive of Anuvu, and my passion is airlines. For more than a decade, I've been CEO of tech companies that have served global airlines. And through those past decades, I've been in our industry as an airline entrepreneur, an executive running both commercial activities and flight operations, and an advisor to premium network and low-cost carriers around the world. And during those 2 decades that I've been in the business, I've been through 3 defining crises: the aftermath of September 11th, the economic crisis of 2008, and now COVID. So I've seen our industry in the best and the worst of times. And throughout those experiences, where I've been involved in defining passenger services, improving reliability and on-time performance, and financially restructuring airlines, I've learned that when crises hit, airlines and their suppliers are forced to accelerate innovation. Every crisis creates opportunity for new startup airlines. Those startups emerge with a sharp focus on value. And for incumbent airlines, it's imperative to modernize what passengers experience on your airline from booking to in-flight. It's imperative to anticipate what passengers want as they return to flying after a break, because expectations change during crises. For example, 9/11 accelerated the transition to e-commerce, to e-ticketing and web-based services. And as we look into the decade that followed, low-cost carriers took that technology platform and used the cost efficiencies and intelligence they had to open new routes that were previously thought of as too small or too thin. The economic crisis of 2008 led to real creativity and cost structure and some financial transactions that ultimately stabilized our industry. Through that window after 2008, airlines launched mobile phone applications, which of course transformed passenger experience, but also greatly improved the data available to airlines, which allowed them to improve their product and their operational precision. So now post-COVID, we start another wave of innovation. I think there's a new emphasis on technology at airlines. And as airlines look to their technology and their passenger services providers for the foundation on which to build, together, airlines and suppliers are starting a next generation of innovation. We're all focused on how to create new opportunities for airlines to serve their customers. And I think we all recognize that value chains and suppliers that don't adapt to this new environment risk getting left behind as passenger experiences change. So the world is different now. The airline industry is structurally and permanently changed. And this time, look at flexibility as the key to recovery. If you look at airlines, you can see that they're making 3 very distinct moves. They're making route changes. They're making fleet changes. And finally, they're looking at how to address their customer expectations looking forward. Start off with route networks. They are much more dynamic now because airlines are chasing leisure demand. And in our world of passenger experiences, these route shifts have immediate implications. Airlines are opening new stations in new countries at a breakneck pace. Many are launching these routes with short notice as airlines chase demand. And customers expect that when they're flying these new routes, their passenger experiences, from food and beverage to onboard entertainment, will match the route destination and culture. Now, this creates a big logistical problem for airlines. As route networks get complex and airlines trade frequencies for breadth of routes, they need onboard product, onboard entertainment that matches the language and cultures that they're serving. So we're focused on adapting to that new environment. We know airlines need more than the same Hollywood movies they've had before on their seatback screens. And we see an opportunity to leverage the investments that we've made in our regional content, our language capability, and our cloud-based processing to serve our customers with a wider range of content. Similarly, fleet changes drive big expectation changes in internet connectivity too. For airlines, when you think about in-flight connectivity, as aircraft spread out, as they chase leisure routes, the requirements for connectivity partners goes up. A given plane may operate to 2 or 3 different continents in a week. And the speed of the connection, of course, is important, but now coverage and reliability are equally important to satisfy customers. And that technical flexibility is going to get even more important in coming years as business travel comes back. There's an important change that's happened in passenger expectations driven by work from home. Everyone expects to work wherever they are, to be accessible for online chats or edit documents in the cloud or listen in to meetings and calls. So internet now can't just be fast, it has to be responsive, it has to be reliable, and we always need to be in touch. But here's the problem. Today's satellite systems are built for streaming video to the aircraft. They're built for one-way data flow to the plane, not two-way back and forth cloud-based communication. Upload performance is going to matter. Latency matters even more now. And so the satellite architectures need to change. I think as we look forward, we see a world in which people are not only going to stream content, they're going to want to share content. And that means we're going to need to look at how to put bandwidth and systems in place that really support remote work as we go forward. So how do connectivity suppliers address these challenges? Well, our view is that any one satellite architecture or satellite partner doesn't have the breadth, coverage, or capacity to solve tomorrow's airline requirements in connectivity. So we've doubled down on our open architecture connectivity system for single-aisle planes. We're rapidly installing around the world. And we're the only in-flight connectivity provider with the full flexibility to work with different satellite systems, finding the best platform for each customer and route profile. And additionally, coverage matters. As I said before, when airlines install connectivity systems, they're locking into a particular band today of satellite communication. There has to be enough capacity around the world to support those aircraft wherever they fly. And the routes that are served are going up. The separation between long haul and short haul fleets is just blurring. So when airlines, pick their service partners for connectivity, geographic flexibility becomes even more important. And that's why we've expanded our coverage, both in the depth and the breadth. We are the largest lessor of satellites in the industry with almost 60 satellites in service and dozens of teleports around the globe. We serve our aircraft no matter where they fly, which is critical in the post-COVID environment. For example, we've recently announced some new full satellite deals with multiple providers, which allows us to focus and stack capacity wherever we need it while complementing our coverage map. And obviously, this helps us with reliability too. If any one satellite goes offline, we have multiple other satellites in that region to pick up the capacity. So again, reliability matters more than before. No network can be dependent on only 1 or 2 satellites. And the exciting part here is that the technology revolution is just starting. You've probably heard of low Earth orbit networks like Starlink, Telesat Lightspeed, OneWeb. And as I mentioned earlier, post-COVID use cases for in-flight connectivity really are going to center on remote work and collaboration. LEO constellations are a great fit in these network requirements, and we believe they're going to be important in our network. That's a unique view. Our competitors in in-flight connectivity are satellite operators that have a vested interest in locking airlines into today's technology. They've invested billions in satellites that they want to monetize over the next 15 years. And these satellites look like the A380s of the airline industry. Great economics if you can fill them, but nowhere near flexible enough for tomorrow's passenger requirements. So instead, we've put our focus into aircraft antenna systems that are compatible with LEO, as we recently announced with Telesat. Future flexibility is critical. Airlines are making commitments for in-flight connectivity for a decade or more. And they have to know that the technology flexibility is there. Think of it this way. Imagine that you as a consumer bought an iPhone 5 in 2012, but you made a commitment that you'd use it for 10 years without upgrading. You'd still be using that iPhone 5 today when everybody else had an iPhone 12 or Galaxy 21. That 10-year commitment is exactly what our connectivity competitors demand of their customers, but it's not in your economic interest to get stuck with an iPhone 5. So given these changing passenger expectations, we recognized that Global Eagle needed to update how we supported our airlines. We've been around for over a decade, focused on airlines, cruise lines, and other mobility companies. So when COVID hit, we saw an opportunity to improve and unlock the potential of our core business. First of all, we're now owned by several of the largest and most well-known investors in the world, including Apollo, Carlyle, Mudrick, and Eaton Vance. And these investors are not only bullish on the airline industry's recovery from COVID, but they invested $200 million in new capital into our business to grow. So we're confident in our ability to invest in future passenger experiences, which is critical when our competitors are in financial distress. Second, with that new investment, we've accelerated our investments in technology. While our competitors talk about the cloud and AI and software-defined networking, we've built and deployed those technologies already. We've invested millions of dollars to develop systems that fundamentally improve our efficiency and our flexibility. And in 2021, we're seeing the operational and financial benefits of those investments. And third, we've assessed our strategy and how we serve our customers. We decided we wanted to focus all of our resources on mobility, especially planes, cruise ships, and people on the move. So we sold our legacy land business to Marlink. We launched our new subscription service and content for airline entertainment called Iris, which complements our bespoke content curation services that we continue to offer to the world's top-tier airlines. Iris provides cost-effective content that airlines can customize to meet their specific brand expectations. And we can drive savings through volume purchasing and automation. I'm thrilled with how Iris has done so far. Over 25 airlines are using the service, saving money on content, but critically, passengers can't tell which of our customers are on Iris because the content is still tailored to each brand. It's a win for the airlines, a win for passengers, and a win for studios. So really, we're bringing a new view to the market about innovation, a new view on content, curated so passengers can discover great new movies and shows, while airlines get automation and cost benefit. A new view in connectivity, where technology is constantly changing and airlines need a path to the future. And across our business, we need to stay focused on the horizon, helping our customers serve their passengers today while providing a clear roadmap for tomorrow. We recognize that with that new view, that focus on innovation, we had a fresh opportunity, an ability to reflect the changes we've made, our focus on mobility, our emphasis on innovation, and our deep expertise in passenger and guest experiences. So just yesterday, we launched a new brand, and with that, a new company name, Anuvu. It's a portmanteau of a new view, and it showcases our innovation and our future-proof solutions for airlines. Anuvu reflects our commitment to look forward, to build on our heritage of achieving technology firsts for airlines, dreaming and delivering innovation that moves you, whether it was satellite connectivity for regional fleets, whether it was free onboard internet, which we pioneered, high-definition digital television services, or wireless delivery of entertainment for seatback or wireless IFE sent directly to an aircraft. We are a partner to our airlines as they recover from COVID, and a partner to our key suppliers, including satellite operators and studios, as they seek cost-effective, profitable reach to mobility. So as we introduce Anuvu to the market, you'll be hearing more about our expertise in shaping digital passenger experiences. We see content and connectivity as integral services that define passenger experiences. Our team is excited to be part of this conference, especially with the theme of relaunching travel after the pandemic. And we felt it was the perfect time to relaunch our company as Anuvu. We have a vision of the future of travel, and we're innovating every day to support the 100 plus airlines we serve globally. We appreciate the support of our customers and suppliers, and we appreciate your taking the time to listen to this presentation. Thank you.